Hello, I am Apurba Kumar Das. I am experienced teacher and qualified teacher of Faridpur Government Girls High School. I am teaching math, English, social science and physical education. I love teaching. If I became a Microsoft innovative expert, I hope the most significant benefits will come when I as a teacher will work with colleagues to bring about change across the school and the educational community. With this in mind, I have been talking to teachers about the whole school possibilities presented by Microsoft Educator community and Microsoft technologies. If I want to reach a point where teachers will observe lessons where a mix of mobile and cloud-based technology is being rolled out so they can take and board how as I tool. This will enhance teaching and learning and change fit their own pedagogical practice. It's crucial that students are part of this, learning out a platform for the acquisitions of 21st century skills. Now, we are teaching at the classroom by using PowerPoint, multimedia classroom, by using PowerPoint slide. We notice that in this way, if we teaching every day, our students will be very benefited, and at this moment every day we do that, sharing ideas and getting inspired by other skilled teachers from around the world made me aim higher and push my own abilities as a teacher. So I incorporated Microsoft technologies in innovative ways in my classroom, made it closer to students in an interesting way for them to access knowledge, and for me as a teacher who loves new and challenging ways at teaching, and we shall try to teach our students to solving problem and collaborating, sharing and creating knowledge gathered. We have worked with laptops, mobile phones and tablets, and I feel that no matter what the device is, students are always motivated. I collected the main summaries of Paolo Värn's in Finland. Paolo Värn has learned never to underestimate the potential of our first and second grade students when it comes to technology. The expert educator who presented her winning project at the most recent Microsoft Educational Global Forums in Barcelona has been amazed at how quickly her students learn to use new tools and at how adept they are at finding creative new ways to use them. When we brought Surfaces to our school for the learning, Värn tells us, I didn't teach the children how to use them. I just gave the devices to them so that they could learn by themselves. It took about 5 minutes before the first one had found out to create an account for himself on the tablet. Then he was able to teach the other students. The students were in the second grade, 8 years old. Those were 8 years old. Värn's Global Forum project for cutting-edge use of ICT for learning. Patel Marx taught these young students how to establish and work in a company, working up their inner entrepreneurs and exposing them to real life 21st century opportunities. For the project, students created a kudu learning game and tie-in products They also experienced how to plan, produce, and implement a making strategy through cooperative working, peer coaching, creativity, and problem solving. Vaughn, who is also a contributor to the Terrific in Teach blog we have previously covered in daily adventures, sees collaboration as key to creating a positive learning environment. Whether within her classroom or via Skype with classrooms in other countries, Vaughn's students are always working closely with their peers on projects that build skills and self-confidence. My students have pen pals from many different countries across the world, Vaughan says. And even though they don't have a mutual language, they can write to teach other, and technology provides them a way to understand each other. Students using Bing translator to translate the letters and answers them in Finnish as a bonus. Vaughan notes, this project has given my children much more interest in learning English so that one day they will write the letters in English. Paula Vaughan's work proves the students are never too young to learn the 21st century skills. They'll ultimately need to succeed in both schools and career. Enjoy today's daily adventure and be sure to check out this video showing Paula's innovative approach at work in her classroom. So now another questions. What drew you to the field of education? Why is it important to you? Of course, when I was working as a school assistant after high school, I realized that I enjoyed being with children and that teaching could be my things. It's important to me because I want to make a difference in the lives of the children who are in my classrooms. Can you tell us about a favorite teacher or someone who made a difference in our educations? The teacher who got me to apply to a university was the teacher I supported as a class assistant. I saw how much she loved her job and I ended up doing my master's thesis on her career. Please describe how your professional achievements have advanced innovative in education. What has changed as a result of your work? In the past few years, I have developed a lot as a teacher and gained a lot of professional confidence to make my own choice and try new innovative things in my classroom. As a result of this, I have changed the whole learning environment and my way of teaching. How have you applied technology in innovative ways to support your work? Of course, I have used a lot of different technology in my classroom, and each time I try to find a new approach. I also try to teach the children to be fresh with technology, even make mistakes and learn from them. I try not to give them overly structured plans on how to use technology, but I try to guide them to find their own solutions. And our students is very free and they have no doubt they work freely and independently. In your opinion, how has the use of apps, cell phones and mobile devices changed education and your work? Our students is strictly prohibited to use a mobile phone in school, but they use this in their home or houses. Learning this more fun and the children are more motivated to learn with different devices and apps. The devices also give the teachers much more variety to plan the learning activities. In your view, what is the most exciting innovative happenings in education today? I think that the most exciting things is the rapid speed in which technology develops and the variety of apps and devices increases. Will the schools and teachers be able to follow the development and adapt to it and take the best parts of this development into their daily life? 21st century skill, critical thinking and problem solving, communication, collaborations, or creativity and innovations that you are most passionate about? Why? The 121st century skill that I am really passionate about is collaboration. I have studied a lot about collaboration in teaching and operating teaching. I feel that my creating, building a learning environment and planning learning activities that force the children to collaborate creates a great base to all the other 21st century skills. It is just the learning activities, but the whole atmosphere of the classroom or school community that gives the children the feeling of belonging and of being accepted as who they are. Then they also enjoy being at school and feel motivated in learning. If you know your classmates really well and you can rely on them, you feel comfortable with them, and then you can be creative and innovative. Problems are better solved with a group than alone. If you could give one educational tool to every child in the world, what would it be? Why? I would give them some sort of device with an internet connection. With it, I feel that they would have the whole world with them. They could see and visit places that they are not able to see or visit otherwise. They could learn and collaborate with children from other countries across the world. I feel that then they could build bigger dreams for themselves. What is your country doing? Welcome countries to support education. In our country, there is at the moment a lot of talk about education and how it should be developed to answer the challenges of the future. There are also a lot of ongoing projects that give schools and teachers chances to develop themselves and the learning in their classrooms at schools. The National Board of Dhaka Education Board is encouraging teachers and schools to take brave steps forward. It also gives funding for schools, for example, to purchase technology devices. Most of the schools has a computer lab and they use properly in Bangladesh. How must education change in our country to ensure that students are equipped to thrive in the 21st centuries? We have to give up teacher-centered teaching methods and give the children more chances to learn. We have to give fearless but also wise in using technology in our classrooms and ensure that every child in our countries gets the same possibilities to learn. Regardless of their home city of school, we still have a long way to go, but I want to believe that with baby steps we will get there eventually. What is the biggest obstacle you have had to overcome to ensure students are receiving a quality education? We have many problems. We have not sufficient electricity in the school of village. We have no internet connection properly. We have problems of internet connections, computer lab, cell phone, tablets, etc. I think that the biggest obstacle has been to convince the parents that the methods that I use and learning activities that I plan can be really good for the children, and the children will learn even if we don't fill in books from cover to cover. And I mean, at this present situations, if our guardian takes right steps, we will overcome all problems. Other obstacle are the colleagues who want to teach in the traditional way. I have feel that sometimes they feel themselves threatened if someone does something in a different way. But I have also learned that if you explain your decisions and they see what kind of results you get with your students, they get curious and maybe taken an example from you. How can teachers or school leaders facing similar challenges implement what you have learned through your work? I encouraged every teacher and leader to be fearless and be innovative. They should also be very clear to the people surrounding them and explains to them why they think that the new innovative way is better for the children. We always have to remind ourselves as educators why we are doing this work. We are doing it for the children and their future. We have worked with laptops, mobile phones and tablets, and I feel that no matter what the device is, students are always motivated. They are interested in learning new tools and also collaborating with the devices. Describe your most innovative teaching and learning practice and how they are supported by technology. Yeah, I teach mainly the 4 and 5 grades, so I have to start with the basis, but after that we have done for different kinds of things. The one things I want to mention here is the international collaboration that we have been doing with students across the world without a mutual language. It is amazing how children can learn from each other even though they won't understand a word the other is saying. We have used non-verbal messaging but also translators to communicate with our pen pals. Skype messaging has been really fun too, but we are not able to connect the Skype connections. Describe how your favorite Microsoft technology is the classroom and how the impacts 21st century skill development. Recently, I have enjoyed using Office 365 and especially SharePoint's site with my own classes, but we have also used sites when we have been doing big projects with other classes or other whole school on sites. You have great opportunities for collaboration and knowledge buildings. Sharing is easy and the students can continue their work in free time. Describe to us your role as a leader for technology in your school community or among other educators. I see myself as some kind of tutor or a tour guide for other teachers. I have been giving training to other teachers in my schools in holidays or several times or leisure time. Everybody is very skilled and experienced teacher. They are teaching our school is very nicely, and our students encouraging and better result creating day by day. Thank you very much. Goodbye.